This is Radhika. I am going to discuss about power electronics subject. This is for 5th sem students, and today we are going to discuss about VI characteristics of SCR. So in last class we discussed the two transistor analogy of SCR. Now I am going to discuss about uh, VI characteristics of SCR. So in this characteristics means the SCR is works on forward bias only. It does not works in reverse bias. So in this VI characteristics of SCR, this is the circuit diagram for SCR connection, and it has the so this is the SCR, and it has the anode and the cathode terminal, gate terminal means it is the 3 terminal, 4 layer and 3 junction thyristor. So it has the voltage, supply voltage, and variable resistor, and has connected load. So this is the thyristor is connected as shown in circuit diagram. So this is the diagram for VI characteristics of SCR. So in this, a thyristor is having 4 layer, 3 terminal with 3 PN junctions. The circuit diagram for obtaining static VA characteristics of thyristor. When the anode voltage is made positive with respect to cathode with switch S. In case of the switch in this diagram, if the switch is open, the junction J1 and J3 are forward biased. So in this, the SCR will connected with the anode, cathode and gate. So in forward bias condition of SCR, when the switch is opened, the junction J1 and J2 are forward biased, the junction J2 is reverse biased, and only a small leakage current of the order of few milliamperes will flows from anode to cathode. At this position, the thyristor will behave like forward blocking or offset condition. So in forward bias condition, the thyristor, when the signals are applied to gate terminal, that time the SCR from anode to cathode, the junction J1 and J3 are forward bias and the junction J2 is reverse bias. So at this position, the thyristor will behave like forward blocking or offset condition. If the anode to cathode voltage is increased to a blocking or offset condition, means if the anode to cathode voltage increased to a sufficiently large voltage, the reverse biased junction J2 will break down. When we are increasing the voltage, at a particular some voltage, the J2 junction will be blocks. So that breakdown is called avalanche breakdown. When we are giving the voltage, and also when we are increasing the voltage at a particular voltage, the thyristor will be breakdowns. That breakdown voltage is called avalanche breakdown, and the voltage at which the junction J2 will break down, that voltage is known as forward breakover voltage. When a particular voltage, the thyristor will be blocks, that particular voltage is called forward breakover voltage, and it is represented in the graph as VBO. Normally we can treat it as symbol is VBO. VBO means forward breakover voltage. Hence, all the 3 junctions will allow the electrons from anode to cathode. So consequently, a large current will flow from this junction J1, J2, J3. So that current is called forward anode current. Forward anode current. So the voltage drop across the four layers due to ohmic drop is very small, and it is usually equal to 1 to 1.5 volts. So normally here the voltage drop is up to 1 to 1.5 volts. At this position, the thyristor is said to be on state or conducting state. So this is the important point in SCR forward biasing. When we are increasing the voltage at a particular voltage, at a particular point of voltage, the SCR will be blocks, means the junction J2 will be breaks. So that time voltage is called avalanche breakdown, and that voltage is called forward breakover voltage. That shows in VBO. At that time, the current will flow through J1, J2 and J3. That current is called forward anode current. When the current is flowing through J1, J2, J3, so that time the SCR is called on state or conducting state of the SCR. So here in this, when anode is made positive with respect to cathode and the switch is in open position, the thyristor is said to be forward biased. Junction J1, J2 are forward bias and J3 in reverse bias. A small forward leakage current flows from anode to cathode. At this position, the thyristor behaves like forward blocking or half state condition. So here, in this, once the thyristor conducts, it behaves like a conducting diode and there is no control over the device. So the anode current of thyristor is limited by an external impedance or load. So in case of the anode current of the thyristor is some limited by an external, means it will be depends on external impedance or other loads. The anode current must be more than the value of latching current. So the anode current will be greater than the latching current. In order to maintain the thyristor on state, otherwise the thyristor will return to the blocking state. So actually, what is latching current? So the latching current is in the minimum anode current required to maintain the thyristor in on state immediately after a thyristor has been turned on. Means latching current means it is the minimum anode current. It will be required to maintain the thyristor on state immediately. So that is the called latching current. Same as it has the holding current. The holding current is the minimum anode current required to maintain the thyristor on state. So latching current is the minimum current at it will be the thyristor will be on state immediately, and the holding current is the minimum anode current it requires maintains the thyristor in on state. Hence, when the thyristor is switched on, the resulting forward current has to be more than the latching current. When the thyristor is switched on, the resulting forward current has to be more than the latching current. However, if the forward anode current is reduced to below a level of holding current, the thyristor will enter into a state of blocking. If the forward anode current is reduced to below a level of holding current, the thyristor will enter into a state of blocking. Hence, forward characteristics are represented in VI characteristics. So here so in forward characteristics are represented in VI characteristics. So this is the on state of the SCR forward direction. So here, so this is the forward bias of the SCR. In case of we go for reverse bias. In case of reverse bias, when the cathode is made positive with respect to anode, with the switch is open, means here in this diagram the switch is open, gate terminal switch is open, the thyristor is reverse biased. The junction J1 and J3 are reverse biased and J2 is forward biased. The device behaves as if two diodes are connected in series with reverse voltage across them. A small leakage current of the order of few milliamperes or few microamperes will flow. So here in this direction, so in this diagram, so in this reverse bias direction, a small leakage current of the order of few milliamperes or a few microamperes will flow. This is known as reverse blocking of state of thyristor. If the reverse voltage is increased, then at a critical breakdown voltage is called reverse breakdown voltage. An avalanche occurs at J1 and J3 and the reverse current increases rapidly. Due to this large reverse current and the losses will be increased. Hence, it may lead to damage the thyristor. Hence, when the thyristor is operating in reverse bias as a voltage less than VBR, so is to applied, otherwise the thyristor may lead to damage the circuit diagram. So in this reverse bias, when the cathode is made positive with respect to anode and the switch is in open position, the thyristor is said to be reverse bias and the junction J1, J3 are reverse bias and J2 is in forward bias. In reverse bias, a small reverse leakage current flows from cathode to anode of the order of few milliamperes or microamperes will flow. This is known as reverse blocking or off-state condition of thyristor. If the reverse voltage is increased, then at a critical voltage the junction J1 J3 gets breakdown and the current increases rapidly. Hence, a large magnitude of currents flows through the thyristor and causes thyristor gets damaged. So that's why the SCR will be works on forward bias, not in reverse bias. So these are the VI characteristics of SCR. In first quadrant, it has the uh, forward conditions. Forward is the on state. So this is the diagram for forward biasing and this is the fourth quarter is the third quarter is the reverse blocking of SCR. So this is the VI characteristics of SCR. So how the VI characteristics will be drawn in forward condition and reverse direction, we can watch in YouTube video.
Hello friends, today we are going to see voltage current characteristics of SCR, that is silicon control rectifier. We have already studied what is silicon control rectifier, what is the use of silicon control rectifier, where it exactly used, correct? We have seen how it is constructed, how it is different, why it can be used as a switch because it has on and off capability for a better frequencies, so that we can use it as a static switch. Now before understand the switching characteristics, we should know what are the voltage and current characteristics of SCR. That is a very important topic in industrial electronics. So in today's video, we are going to see voltage and current characteristics of SCR, that is a silicon controlled rectifier. We have already studied its structure. It is a 4-layer, 3-junction, 3-terminal device. 2 terminals are same as a normal conducting diode. We have already studied a diode which has an anode and cathode. It can be on or it can be off, and diode can be also used as a switch. But SCR is used as a switch in a different kind of application. For example, application which handle a large power, large voltage and large current. So what are those characteristics that that enable SCR to be used as a switch in such kind of application where the high power handling capability is required, that we are going to see. So first I'll list down what are the state in voltage and current characteristics. So first of all, when we study voltage and current characteristics, SCR will be either in a reverse blocking state or it can be in a forward blocking state, and the very important state, that is a forward conducting state. As I said, SCR is used as a switch. When it comes to the switch, it can be either fully on or it can be fully off. So whenever it is a conducting mode, it is in a forward conducting mode, SCR is on, correct? Whenever my SCR is in a forward blocking mode, SCR is off. Now how to switch on SCR and how to switch off SCR, what are the requirements of a current and voltage rating, so that my SCR will be on and off, that we are going to see in a voltage and current characteristics graph. Before that, I'll list down the state. That is, first one is whenever my SCR is in a reversed
mode, that means the potential applied to the SCR is a reverse potential. That time my SCR can be in a reverse blocking state. So first of all, I have a reverse blocking state. Then second state is a forward blocking state, forward conducting state, or you can say this forward conducting state as on state, because in this state my SCR is remain on, it's fully on. Fourth one is a transition state. Since it is a switch, it will always take a transition from on state to off state and off state to on state. So whenever it is taking a transition from a one state to another state, that particular position of the SCR is known as a transition state. So this all 4 state we are going to see in a graph of voltage and current characteristics. So let's move towards the VI characteristics graph of an SCR. So before I start, let's see what are the parameters on the axis of the graph. So I have drawn the graph. I have forward current, that is IA, on the x-axis, and reverse current IA. A denotes it's a anode current, that means the current flow from anode to cathode. So IA, positive IA is a forward current, forward anode current, and negative IA is a reverse anode current. Here on y-axis we have a forward current, and on x-axis I have a forward voltage. I'll write down it as a VAK, where VAK stands for voltage across anode to cathode, and here I have negative VAK. This is a 0. Okay. Now first we'll see what are the reverse characteristics of an SCR. So now you all know what is how SCRs look like. It's a NPN device. That means you have a 4 layer. let me show you those 4 layers. So we have seen the construction of SCR where we have SCR is a 4-layer device. Let me summarize this in quick. So I have P1, N1, P2 and N2, and I have 3 junctions J1, J2 and J3 and 3 user accessible terminals, that is anode, cathode and gate. Now when it is reverse bias, whenever here I am considering that my gate terminal is remain open because gate is a controlling terminal. We all know that gate is a controlling terminal. Why it is known as a control device? Because we can control the operation of a SCR by using a gate terminal, either providing a current or keeping it in an open state. So now I am assuming that my gate terminal is open, and if I am considering this as a reverse blocking state, that means it is in a reverse mode, that is my SCR is in a reverse bias mode. So whenever it is a reverse bias mode, my anode is connected to the negative potential and my cathode is connected to the positive terminal, correct? Positive terminal of a battery and negative terminal of a battery is connected to the anode terminal. So when this connection is there, we consider that SCR is a reverse bias. Now when it is a reverse bias, what will happen? Let's see. Now if negative terminal is connected to the anode, what will happen? This P1 and N1, that is a junction J1, will become reverse bias. Whenever negative is connected to anode and positive is connected to the cathode, then this junction you can see over here, that will be the reversed bias, correct? Now let's come down. Now positive is connected to the cathode terminal, correct, and negative is connected to this anode terminal. Now if you see this particular part, that is a P2 and N2, which create junction J3. Now here your N side is connected to positive, and if you look at from this side, your P side, that is P type semiconductor material, is connected with a negative terminal. So whenever this happens, my J3 will become reversed bias because the reverse potential is applied. So in reversed condition, my junction J1 will be reversed bias, my junction J3 will be reverse bias, and junction J2 will be forward bias. If junction J1 and J3 is a reverse bias, there will be no conduction in a SCR. That means current cannot flow through an SCR. Now let's go to the graph. Now this is my reverse characteristic side. I am in a third quadrant where I am looking at reversed voltage and current characteristics, correct? Now voltage is applied, that is a minimum voltage applied. So at a minimum voltage there will be no flow of current because junction J1 and J3 will be reversed bias and J2 will be forward bias. So due to having a reverse biasing of a 2 junction, there will be no flow of current. But there are few carriers that is a thermally generated inside. Those will make few amount of current flow inside a device, and that current will always be in the microampere. This current will always be in the microampere. So here I will write this as a IEVO. This will be the reverse leakage current, the current which is flow due to thermally generated minority carrier. Whenever there is a negative supply is given, that current is known as a reverse leakage current that will flow through an SCR. But at one point, if the negative potential exceed one value, there will be large amount of current. If you see in the graph, now I have reached to the point where my voltage is, I'll name it as a minus VBR, that is a reverse breakdown voltage. My VBR stands for reverse breakdown voltage. When my voltage reached at reverse breakdown voltage, junction J1 and J3, which were reversed bias, will break down, and due to avalanche breakdown there will be flow of a carrier, and which will cause a large current to flow from the device. Now if you see the characteristics, this characteristics is similar with the normal diode VI characteristics in a reverse bias condition. But here also the disadvantage of this large current flowing through SCR is that due to overheating, SCR may get damaged in a reverse blocking state. So it is not applicable for the SCR to be used in a reverse blocking state. So it is always avoided to increase the negative voltage potential if SCR is connected with the reverse bias condition. So this region, this particular region is known as a reverse blocking state. It is known as a reverse blocking state because it blocks the voltage across the SCR. SCR do not turn on. Only the few amount of current can flow through the SCR. If you increase voltage beyond VBR, that is a breakdown voltage, then there will be a large amount of current will flow through SCR and that can damage the SCR. So reverse blocking state or reverse condition of SCR is not preferred. So now let's move towards the forward blocking state and forward conducting state. If you have understood this, now we can understand forward blocking state in a much better way. Now let's again see the construction. Okay, now let's assume that my anode is connected to the positive terminal and cathode is connected to the negative terminal. Now in this case also my gate terminal is open, correct? So now if you look at the diagram, if anode is connected to the positive terminal and cathode is connected to negative terminal, my junction J1 will be forward bias and my junction J3 will also be a forward bias. If you see the positive is connected to p-type material and negative is connected to n-type material. So junction J1 will become forward bias. Here also negative is connected to the n-type material and positive is connected to the p-type material. So my junction J3 will become forward bias. Only J2 will be reversed bias. Now if you compare reverse blocking state and forward blocking state, you can see that in reverse blocking state there were two junctions which were reversed bias. Here you have a two junction in a forward biased and your one junction is a reversed bias. Now let's see what are the voltage characteristics graph. Now let's assume that I have applied an forward voltage. So if I increase the forward voltage, what will happen? There will be a small amount of current that will be flow through an SCR. Now I will show you the multiple graphs over here. So let's assume first there is no current. So first I will take this first graph, correct? Now look at this line which is drawn over here. I will name this as a VBO, that is VBO stands for breakover voltage. And this current, I will show that this current is for IG0. IG0, that means a small amount of gate current is provided to the gate terminal when my SCR is a forward bias. That means VAK is a forward voltage, that is a voltage across anode and cathode. If you see the diagram of an SCR, I have anode, I have cathode, and this is the gate terminal. So VAK is a voltage drop across anode and cathode, and I have the current which is IA. So this is the conventional direction of a current which is flow through an SCR, and I can provide a gate current, a positive gate current to turn on SCR. Now let's see when SCR will be turned on. So first of all, we'll consider this condition, that is a first graph where IG0, consider IG0, IG is equal to 0. There is no gate current is provided. I have supplied the positive voltage to the SCR, that is positive connected to anode and negative connected to cathode. Now in this case, if my SCR voltage is reached till VBO, that is a breakover voltage, after breakover voltage my SCR can be turned on. Now there are many methods to trigger on an SCR, but until it reaches to the VBO, my SCR will remain in a forward blocking state. That there will be flow of a current, that is a forward current, but SCR will not be in a conductive mode. It will be in a off state. Look at the diagram here. You can see as you are increasing the voltage, your current is also increased, but till one point. You can consider this particular stage till it is in a microampere. So this current is flow due to the minority carriers, thermally generated carriers. So this is known as a forward leakage current. Similarly, as we have seen in the reverse blocking state. So this current you can see over here, that is the forward leakage current. Similarly, if I increase the gate current further, now let's suppose this is Ig1, correct? Now I'll write here that Ig1 is greater than Ig0, correct? That means I have provided some current, but at that amount of current also I am getting some graph, but my voltage is become reduced. If you observe clearly here, look at this first graph. As I go on increasing the voltage, my current is also increasing, but only few amount of current can flow, and that is a forward leakage current. Now I have provided Ig1, that is Ig1 is greater than Ig0. At this point, whenever I start applying a gate current, that is this current, my voltage across anode to cathode get decreases. See, look at this voltage has been decreased and current will remain same. Now let's assume the third case, which is Ig2, where Ig2 is greater than Ig1, correct? And this one is Ig3, so it is Ig3. So for this amount of current also I am getting such kind of graph, and I know that SCR is in a still blocking state, it is in a non-conducting state. When the gate current is sufficiently large enough to switch your SCR from forward blocking state to forward conducting state, large amount of current start flowing through the device. At the same time, there will be reduction of a forward voltage. Now look at this graph. So I have denoted here. See, if you increase Ig in a sufficiently good manner, that time your VAK will reduce to minimum value, that I will denote as a VH, or VH stands for a holding voltage, and I will get the current which is greater than IH. IH stands for a holding current. Here you can see there is a large amount of current that started flowing through the SCR. At the same time, the anode to cathode voltage got reduced because I have provided the gate current. Now this particular state where my SCR is switching from the forward blocking state to the forward conducting state is known as a transition state. And where the large amount of current flow through SCR, this state is known as a forward conducting state, or you can call it as a on state. Now my SCR is completely on. SCR is in a fully on condition. So we have seen what is a reverse blocking state, what is the forward blocking state. Till VBO it is a forward blocking state. That means there is a current flow through an SCR, but the SCR will remain in a off state. But when it take transition from blocking state to on state, this will turn on. The SCR will completely turn on, and once the SCR is turned on, it is very difficult to turn it off. So we have a different methods to turn on the SCR, and we have a different methods to turn off the SCR. There are few terms which are given. So in the next video we are going to see what are these terms related to. That is a VBR, what is VBO, what is the holding current, and what is the latching current. But from the graph you can clearly see that if you reach till a holding current, the holding current is nothing but that my SCR, this particular current, this minimum amount of current can hold my SCR in a on state. And latching current means that this amount of current will latch my SCR into an on state. So here you can see whenever I am crossing the latching current line, that time my SCR will be in a full on condition. But this point you make it clear that if you want to turn on an SCR, you need to have a gate current. And because of that, the gate terminal is known as a controlling terminal, because by providing forward current, by providing positive current through gate terminal to an SCR, then only you can turn on the SCR, because if you go on increasing the voltage, it will be the high amount of voltage, and because having a high voltage there will be more power dissipation. But if you use a gate current, you can see the voltage requirement to turn on the SCR is very less, so power dissipation can be reduced. So I hope you all have understood what are the current and voltage characteristics, what are the different state of a voltage and current characteristics. Now in the next video we will see the basic terms which we have seen in a voltage and current characteristics, how these terms are important to.
So you can watch the YouTube video, detailed explanation of VI characteristics of SCR. So and also here this is the summary for SCR 4-layer 3-junction PN device. The 3 terminal of SCR are anode, cathode and gate, and also SCR is similar to combination of 2 transistors. The important way characteristics of SCR are forward and reverse bias. And here is the few quiz questions and here the few frequently asked questions. And in next class we are going to discuss about the diag. And thank you.